How did your parents allow a 14-year-old teenager baby to be with this then superstar?
Priscilla Presley is a name synonymous with Elvis, the king of rock and roll. Their unconventional relationship began when she was 14 and he was 24, and their life together was far from perfect, with both parties cheating on each other.
Early in my life, I really didn't have a teenage years. To always be associated to someone, you start losing yourself and who you are.
She was born Priscilla Ann Wagner in Brooklyn in 1945.
My father being in the Air Force, we traveled all over and I was in different schools.
When she was 14, they settled in Germany. It was here that the course of Priscilla's life changed forever. She met the man who would become her husband. 24-year-old Elvis Presley was serving in the U.S. Armed Forces at the time. He was already one of the most famous singers in the world.
You know, I didn't know what attraction was at 14. I mean, I liked him and he teased me and I thought, you know, he was nice.
Despite the significant age difference, the two became inseparable. After Elvis returned to the U.S., they maintained a long-distance relationship by phone.
I dreaded this day very much because I didn't know actually if I was ever going to see him again.
At age 17, Priscilla's parents agreed to let her visit him in Los Angeles during her summer break. Their conditions were that Elvis pay for the flights, that Priscilla is chaperoned at all times, and that she ride home every day. But once she arrived, Elvis took her to Las Vegas. In order to hide this from her parents, Priscilla wrote all of her postcards in advance, and they were mailed daily from Los Angeles by Elvis' staff.
Elvis controlled your looks, your clothes, your hair, your makeup. He controlled you totally. But you were 16, 17 years old.
But what did I know? I knew nothing else. I had nothing else. I had no experience.
With her parents' permission, she eventually moved to Graceland, Memphis to live with him. This time, their condition was that he marry her. It was there that she finished her senior year in high school. Meanwhile, Elvis spent most of his time in Hollywood where he worked on his music and films. During that period, reports about an affair between Elvis and actress Anne Margaret ran rampant in the press. Priscilla confronted him about it, and he claimed that these were fabricated rumors to promote their film Viva Las Vegas. Despite many rumors involving Elvis and his female co-stars, he proposed to Priscilla in 1966 when she was 21 and he was 31. They married in a small ceremony attended by only a few guests.
Michelle, Priscilla's younger sister, was her maid of honor. Mr. Presley was there, as were Priscilla's parents and family.
Years later, Priscilla admitted that they were happy to just live together, but Elvis was pressured by his record company to propose. They were worried that his older audience would react negatively to the fact that he was living with a woman without marrying her. Priscilla said that they were never intimate before the wedding night and that it was Elvis who wanted them to wait.
It said that he wanted a virgin.
Their only child, Lisa Marie, was born exactly 9 months after the wedding.
He's looking at her like, oh my gosh, I have a child. He was so frightened that he would drop her.
The first few years they were married seemed to run smoothly, but after Elvis's 1968 television special, his career reached new levels.
There must be lights burning brighter somewhere.
He was back to touring and playing in Vegas, having affairs while Priscilla was at home caring for their baby. In an attempt to reconcile with her husband and share his interests, Priscilla took up karate. She took lessons from Mike Stone, a martial arts instructor she had met at one of Elvis's concerts. They fell in love and began an affair. Her and Elvis's relationship was crumbling. For half of her life, Priscilla's existence revolved around her husband, but now she wanted to seek her own identity. They officially divorced in 1973 when Priscilla was 28.
You were close after divorce.
Well, we were close too because we liked each other.
Although their marriage didn't last, they remained close and raised Lisa Marie together until Elvis's death in 1977. After living in his shadow for years, now came Priscilla's time to shine. She became the chairwoman and president of Elvis Presley Enterprises and turned it into a multi-million-dollar business. She helped make Graceland into one of the top tourist attractions in the United States.
We're doing it, I believe, in the way that Elvis would love and appreciate, and we're maintaining it and preserving it for him.
She then ventured into acting and joined the cast of the popular soap opera Dallas as Jenna Wade Krebs.
I just want to get all this behind me so we can get on with our lives and finally get married.
Priscilla's life has been a whirlwind of fame, love, and business, but it had also been marked by tragedies. In 2020, her grandson, Benjamin Coe, took his own life. In 2023, she lost her only child, Lisa Marie, who was only 54 years old. Lisa Marie's cause of death was cardiac arrest, which was caused by weight loss surgery she had undergone several years prior.